Hey guys, welcome to Mr. Smith's Kitchen. Brian, Mr. Smith Kitchen, as always. So it's Wednesday. Thought we'd cook some dinner together. Tonight we're gonna do General Tso's chicken, and I did change a couple things on it, mostly because I had to do with what I got. And but I mean, they were nothing huge by any means. Instead of powdered ginger, we're gonna use fresh ground up ginger. Um, and I'll talk about what to do with that. And instead of using chicken thighs, I'm using chicken breasts, but they're cubed up all the same. So this is probably one of the more, not time consuming, but a lot of parts. Probably the most ingredients I've ever shoved together in one fell swoop. By all means, at least in history that I can remember, other than maybe the lasagna. So, and it kind of flows pretty well from what I'm understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and get you down here to where we can see things, and we'll take it from there. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. If you're returning, hands down, glad you came back. Subscribe right down there, box right down there. Right next to it's notifications if you want to know when I come out. And thumbs up, thumbs down are nice. Not necessary, but they are nice. Either way, they do help us to grow our community. So anyhow, let me get you down here so we can kind of see what's going on. Like I said, I'm not hurrying, but at the same time, I don't want to take up any more of your guys' time than I need to. I have been hard at work trying to lessen my video time and still give you the most amount of information possible. All right, so things you will need for this. You will need a heavy bottom pot. You will need a skillet. You will need a bowl. And that's just, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. A couple measuring cups would definitely help too. So to start this dish, you got to get the chicken out of the fridge. And I'm doing that right this second. Ugh. I diced it up earlier today. And what we're going to basically do is we're going to make a cool batter to fry these little pieces of chicken in, which will be awesome. And we'll get some eggs out right quick because we need eggs. So before you do anything else, you're going to get, if you have a deep pot or something like that, you can start with, you're going to put 4 cups of vegetable oil in your pot. All right, and we're going to start heating that up to 375 degrees to be able to fry this chicken up. And we're going to fry it up in batches. All right, so to coat the chicken, first thing we need is a pound and a half of chicken, diced up into little 1-inch squares. I mean, that's a little bigger 1 inch, but 1-inch squares. And then we need 1 egg right down in here, and we're just going to whisk that up real quick. We want to break it, basically. Yeah, like we're going to make scrambled eggs. The next thing we're going to do, after we get that broken, is we're going to take our chicken, we're going to put it in there. All right? All 1.5 pounds of it. And it sounds like we got people starting to fight. Oh, kids are harassing each other. All right, we're going to mix those eggs into that. Now, to this, we are going to add 3 dry ingredients. We're going to add salt. We need 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to put it in there. We're going to take 1 teaspoon of sugar and put it in there. And then we're going to take a pinch of white pepper right there, which is, you can find it at almost any grocery store anymore. And a pinch to me is about 1/8 of a teaspoon, so that's what I'm using. It is a liberal pinch. And we're going to mix this together real well, all right? Just like such. I know you're thinking to yourself, oh God, your hands. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so the next ingredient we need is 1 cup of cornstarch. Okay, 1 cup of cornstarch. And what we're going to do is a little bit at a time, we're going to mix this in here. We're essentially coating these with cornstarch. And then that way we can put them in the deep fry. All right, we got everything coated. Now we're just getting our oil up to 375. Yeah, and you want it at least at 375 because what that does is it will just seal the chicken as you drop it in. And we're going to do this in batches. All right, so we're going to put them in there, let them fry for about 3 minutes, take them out, stick them on the plate. Okay, and after we're done with the batches, we're going to refry them. So these are going to be twice fried, which hopefully will get it to a nice golden brown texture on the outside, is what we're hoping for at any rate. So we'll get this heated up, and then we'll start deep frying some chicken. Or deep frying, just frying chicken. Alright, so we're up to 375. We're actually above 375. So we'll kick that down just a hair. And all we're going to do is take our chicken pieces, one at a time, and we're just going to drop them in, one at a time. And we're going to let these cook for about 3 minutes until they start to float and they're golden brown. Alright? Alright, so we are pulling out the last of the chicken from the original fry. So we're going to fry these twice. Alright, and I did them in batches, and I've got 5 batches. So what I've got to do now is go ahead, so I get this last one out, is I'm going to fry them again. Alright, so I've got, right here's our chicken. Alright, and I've got first batch right here, second batch right here, third batch right here, and then the other 2 are over here, 4 and 5. So all I have to do now is take this first batch, and I'm going to put them back in the grease for 2 minutes. Okay, just 2 minutes, and we're looking to get them nice and dark and golden brown is what we're looking to get. I mean, we got a nice light golden brown texture on them already, but now we're looking for that, just up that next level. It'll help keep some of the crispness on this when it goes in the sauce. So let me get these redone, and then we'll move on to what's next. All right, I'll see you here in just a second. All right, so we are done double frying now. Right here we are. See how nice and golden they are, looking good. And it's literally just 3 minutes. Take it out and then start over with your first batch again, 2 minutes. And then you get a nice crispy, I mean, I don't know if you can hear that, but probably not. But that's crunchy. That's good. That's what we want. And all I did, second go around, I put it on paper towels. That way we can suck up some of that juice. Let me, one second, I'm going to shut the door. My neighbor decided to cut the grass today, which I find kind of odd just because it's so early in the season still. But, I mean, to each their own. Alright, so what we got to do next is we're going to go ahead and move this pot out of the way. And wipe off the counter real quick, tear top real quick. We're going to put our, get our frying pan out. Now if you have a wok, now's a good time to use it. I just don't have, I have one, but it weighs 800 pounds and it's for the grill, which we'll get around to using, I'm sure, this summer. But if you don't, just large skillet is what we need. Alright, so here's where it doesn't move quick, but it doesn't move slow. Alright, so we want 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, which we have right here. No. Sorry, there's like 4 different oils that go in this right here. Alright, so we're going to take our 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We're going to put that in. And we're going to get this to start dancing. Once it starts shimmering and it's good and hot, we're going to move on to putting in our other ingredients, but we're about to fry some stuff real quick. Alright, we got our oils dancing, it's waving at us, it's got a little bit of smoke coming off the top of it. So the next things we want to put in here are our garlic. Alright, and we've got one clove of minced up garlic. We've got 3 tablespoons of green onions. We've got 6 dried red chilies. Alright, we're going to put those in there. Get that stirred a little bit. And then the last thing we need to put in is some orange zest. Now, all I did was use my microplane and get it off of an orange, and it's about 1/4 teaspoon of orange zest, or they called it 1 slice, which basically is you take your zester and you pull it down and you get one strip off the side of the orange. My zester is a little big, but it turns out to be between 1/8 and 1/4 of a teaspoon is what you want. Now we're going to cook this until the garlic starts to brown a little, which we're pretty much there. It only takes a minute. We want our chilies to kind of brighten up the red, all right? Which I think we're about there. So the next thing we're going to add to this is going to be 1/2 cup of sugar and ginger. I'm looking to see how much ginger it was. 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, all right? So we're there. So let's go ahead and add in our sugar. Get it stirring. All right, that was 1/2 cup. And we're going to add our ginger to it, all right, which is freshly peeled or ground. And then to that, we are going to add our chicken broth, which is 3 tablespoons. And it'll be about that much. Give that a good stir. And then we're going to add our vinegar. We got rice vinegar, 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar, or I'm sorry, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of peanut oil. I think I did that backwards. That was the peanut oil. This is the sesame oil right here. So 2 tablespoons of each of those. We're also going to add 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I always say that wrong, and I know it. All right, so we got those in there. Make sure we got it all. Vinegar, chicken broth, soy sauce, sesame, peanut oil. We are good. We're going to bring this to a boil, and we're just going to let it cook. Turn that down a little bit. We're just going to let this cook for about 2-3 minutes. All right. While that is happening, we are going to take 1/2 cup of water that is over here, and to that we are going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. One and 2. And we are going to mix that together. As soon as I remember what I did with my whisk. There she is. Now I know if you watch my other videos, I got that really cool small whisk. And I wish I knew what happened to it. I have a feeling that Abby has grabbed a hold of it and made and it's in her room somewhere. But we're pretty much down to the end right now. And we can just wait on this all to come together and thicken up. So give that a good stir. We want this to cook a little bit. What we're trying to do is get all those seasonings in there. All right, so I'm going to let this cook for another minute or so. And when I come back, we'll do up all the finishing steps. All right, so we've been about 3 minutes, and it's thickened up a little bit. It's almost like a caramel, but not a whole lot. Now we're going to dump in our cornstarch and water, and we're going to stir this until it thickens and goes clear. See how it's cloudy right at the moment? It'll go clear when it's ready to go. Then all we literally have to do is put our chicken in, which will be nice. All right, we have gone clear, so now all we have left to do is we're going to put our chicken in here, and we're going to give this all a good stir, let it get coated, and then we're going to let this cook for a minute or so, just to let the chicken soak up some of that sauce. That's what we're looking to do, is coat the chicken in this sauce. All right, we are in like Flynn. Let me set this spatula down. We'll go ahead and get that turned off. That is looking beautiful. It's got a nice shine to it. Let me grab something to grab a hold of this with, and I'll bring it up to show you. Still waiting on the rice to get done. It's only got a couple more minutes in the rice cooker, but I can at least let you see what we got ourselves into. But there is our finished product. And that, my friends, looks absolutely amazing. So when the rice gets done cooking here in another 4 minutes, we will plate this up and give it a taste. All right, I'll be back in just one moment. All right, guys, rice is done. Dinner is ready. Got a lovely General Tso's chicken. Now, the peppers, I'll warn you, they are hot. They are a hot chili pepper. I used Ebola peppers. They're popular in just Asian cuisine in general, and the recipe calls for red chilies, and they are red chilies. But that's the name of them. But there we are, right there. Lovely bed of rice. It looks amazing. It smells fantastic. But as you know, like I've said a million times, that just means we're 2/3 of the way there. How does it taste? That's the real question. So, but we're about to find out. Other than the fact it's blazing hot still, I'm sure. That's all right. That tastes like General Tso's chicken. That's really good. That's really, really good. Ooh. Huh. That was hot. That is spot on good. And in the recipe, which I got from All Recipe, by the way, in this case, and other than using fresh garlic and chicken breasts instead of chicken thighs, it was pretty much his recipe straightforward. One thing I did not mention on the garlic, it's a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. If you're going to use fresh products, you want to double it. So that was a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh garlic minced. Or ginger, I'm sorry. Fresh ginger compared to ginger powder. That way, because it's the exact opposite of if you were to didn't have fresh and you were going to use dried or powdered, you would half it because of the intensity of the flavor. But that being said, that is quite good. And not hard to make. Now that I've made it, that wasn't hard at all. The hardest part was collecting all the stuff to put it together with. So, but cooking it itself took all of 15, 20 minutes. So, I don't know. There's no reason. I don't think you could probably do this through the week. You know, if you've got like a couple extra minutes to spare to get everything done. Or if you prepped it all the night before, you would be in pretty good shape, I think. Yeah. It'd be a great weeknight meal. If you prep ahead of time through the week meal plan, this 15 minutes, you'd be ready to eat. So anyhow, I'm going to go enjoy this dinner with family. You should make this and give it a try. Let me know if you do. Leave me a comment down below if you try it. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't. I think it tastes great. And I mean that. So until tomorrow, where we're going to meet up for some chocolate pound cake done in a bundt pan. It is probably going to knock our socks off. It's a great recipe. Never made it before. It comes to me from a gentleman named Robert Hughes, who's a friend of mine. It was his grandmother's recipe, he tells me. And he wanted me to take a look at it and see what I thought about it. You know, if I would like to use it, I could. And I did. Why not? I mean, somebody gives you a recipe, that's a lot, especially when it comes from their family, I think. That really is like the greatest sign that I'm doing something right. And much appreciated. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and I think we're going to have a good time with it, for sure. So, until tomorrow for chocolate pound cake, I love you. I love you very much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Try this. If you cook this up, invite your neighbor over for dinner, I guarantee you've got a friend for life. This is great, a well-done recipe. All right? So, until tomorrow, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.